Hi everyone, in this video we will see everything about the education module in ERPNext. So education module is created for schools as well as for institute. So it has all the school and institute related functionalities such as student application and then program creation, course scheduling, and then fees and all of that related to like whatever happens, whatever steps or whatever functions are there in the school, all of that is included in ERPNext. So now let's say that you want to manage all the students' admissions, and then you also want to add all the student instructors, and then you want to schedule a course according to the particular instructor, and then you also want to create an assessment. That is, you can also store all the assessment results as well as create assessment plan in the ERPNext. And then you also have a fees module in ERPNext where you create a fee structure for different student categories, as well as you also create a fee for different student, like adding the due date and all that. And then we also have a learning management system. It is it includes online learning. So basically you have a portal where you create where you have all the courses as well as blogs related to the course or the topic that you are studying. So all of that is available on the portal. So with ERPNext you can do all of these functionalities, and there are more obviously, like these are the just main one. So let's go ahead. Now first we'll see from the school point of view. So let's say a school is using an ERPNext. So for program, they will add program, for example, grade 1 to grade 10. That is, program name will go as grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, or standard 1, standard 2, standard 3. And then we have courses. So for each standard, let's say if you go in standard 9th, so you have like algebra, geometry, and all those different courses. So likewise, we have for grade 1, we'll have simple maths, simple English, and all that. And for grade 5, we'll also have geography and all that. Now the next thing is about the assessment plan. So if a school is using ERPNext, so they can also create an assessment plan depending upon their curriculum or the structure which they follow, like for written exam and then for oral exam and all that. Now next is, let's say ERPNext is being used by colleges. So from their point of view, we can see that for program we'll have science, commerce, and then if it is an engineering college, then they will be using electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and all that. And then we have courses. So again, within each courses we'll have different topics, such as within each program we will have courses, and then within each courses we will have different topics. So here we have science. So within science we have biology, chemistry, and all of that will be there. Now also colleges also follow certain assessment plan. So for them also they will be creating a structure using ERPNext. All right. Now let's see. Okay, so before going further, first thing you need to do is you need to create academic year, as well as you also need to create an academic term. So let's go into this desk, and the first thing you need to do is you need to go into the education settings, and what you need to do is you need to set the current academic year as well as the current academic term also. So let's say I select current academic year as this one and academic term as term 1 of this one. And then we also add the attendance freeze date. So what is this attendance freeze date? Is that, let's say after this date, like you can see it is set to 19. So after 19th May, any attendance added won't be counted. So that is what attendance freeze date is. So this is like a basic education setting that we have done. And then that's it. These are like the very important stuff. Now let's move further. So once we have set the current academic year as well as we have set the current academic term, then now the next thing a school or an institute would do is to create a program. So I have different programs over here. We have computer engineering, we have electrical engineering, and then standard 9th and standard 10. So what I'll do is, let's say we'll create a new program. Now I want to create a new program for school. So let's say standard 5th or grade 5, and then this is just simply a program abbreviation. So standard 5th. all right. And then what we will do is we will add a courses. So if any course doesn't exist for this particular program, then what we will do is we'll create a new. Now let's just add English and then maths. These are the two courses that I will add. And if I do is published, then what it means is that this particular program will be published on the portal, that is the LMS portal, which is the learning management portal, which we will see further. So let's just save it. Now this much is okay. Alright, so right now we have just created a program, and then we also added a courses. And let's say if you don't have any course, so what you will do is, if you don't have the course currently present for this particular program, what you can do is you can just simply go and create a new course and add it. So here we can see we don't have any, like I want geography and I cannot see geography, so I'll just go and add geography over here. And this is now added, and then further what you will do is you will add a topics. So let's say about weather. In geography you will study, okay, what I'll do is chemical weathering, okay, and just save it. So now the course we have created this course geography and added it into this particular program. So this was a very basic step. Now next step we have is, let's go to the slide. Okay, we did this, and then we did the program and at the educational curriculum part also. Now next we have is the fee structure part. Okay, so we'll go to the fees over here. In the education we'll go to fees part. So here you can see we have this 4 doc types present. We have fee structure, fee category, fee schedule, and then fees. So first let's go to the fee structure. Now before going further by creating a fee and anything, so what we will do is we will just create a fee structure. 1 second guys. Alright, so now what we'll do is we'll create a fee structure. So let's go and we'll select the academic term for which we want to create a fee structure. So each term will have a different fee structure. So what we'll do is we'll simply create a new fee structure for any, like let's say different programs might have a different fee structure, like a grade 5 and then standard 10th will have a different fee structure, obviously depending upon the program and the courses and all that. So you'll select a program over here, and then we'll also add a fee category. So within fee category we have different types, such as what type of fee it is it library fee, exam fee, or tuition fee, and all that can be added. Next we have is the receivable account. Now in fee structure we can also add the account. So the company, instead of company you'll have the school name or your college name, that will come over here. And then like in ERPNext, while you create an account you first have to add a company. So if you are using ERPNext for school or college, so obviously you will be adding your school name as a company, and then you will set up the accounts and all those other stuff related to it. So this is how the fee structure is. This is what the fee structure include. Like let's say I selected tuition fee and I'll just add some certain amount for it. Okay, I've selected exam fee over here. So what I'll do is I'll just add certain amount over here, and this way the fee structure will be created. Alright, let's go back and see what else is there. So we also have a fee category. So the fee category was the same thing that we saw, this library fee, exam fee, tuition fee, and all that. If you want to add a special more fee category, then you can also add that. And then we have a fee schedule. So fee schedule is actually related to the due date. So for any fee structure we can also add a due date. So if at all next time, like once I've added a due date and I'm going to, like let's say, create a fee for any student, so what will happen is that let's say I select any student over here, and then what will happen is that after selecting that particular fee structure, the due date will be automatically fetched. So that's what the purpose of fee schedule is. Now I hope this fees part is clear with you. And so let's see, we'll go to the next one. Okay, we have seen this one, that is course and subject being a part of an educational program. So each course can be treated as a subject also. Like let's see, we have different courses over here. So we have geography, DBMS, website, and microprocessor. So all of these are like a simple individual subject and courses. So like we saw in program, we can also make some of the courses mandatory. Like let's see over here. So you can see this, all of these are mandatory. So that's what the purpose of course is, program and courses. Alright, now next thing we have in ERPNext is the instructor. Now obviously in any school, in any college, they are incomplete without a teacher or professor. So teacher or professor are responsible for teaching a particular topic for our course to a student. So in ERPNext, in the education domain, we also have this instructor part over here. So what we'll do is we can add a new instructor or create a new instructor. So let's say I'm creating a new instructor named as let's say Smita, and then you'll add the status, and then you'll select the gender. Okay, and what you'll do is you'll just add the academic year. So you can see this was automatically fetched. Why? Because we have already set it in the education settings, so that's why this was automatically fetched over here. Now next we have is the program. So we can select for which program this Miss Smita will be responsible for teaching for. So let's say she's responsible for teaching the standard 9 students, and from within standard 9 we can also select these courses. You can see it has automatically been filtered. So I'll select maths and just save it. So now the instructor has been created. Okay, so you'll also have to now we know that professor and teachers, they're also an employee of a system, of a school or an institute. So for them, like whenever you create an instructor, you also have to create an employee for them. So I'll just add this and save it. So now the new instructor has been created. Now, so likewise we can add multiple various instructor for each program over here, and then we can add a course over here. So likewise, let's say Smita also teaches standard 10 student, so we can select that too, standard 10th, and then we can select a course or the topic that she will be teaching. So let's say social studies. Okay, save it. That's it. That's the purpose of instructor. Now we have seen the student, we have seen the instructor, fees and all that. Now let's say, like, okay, this all was like the setup part. Now we'll come to the actual student part. So first we have is a student applicant over here. Now obviously students are going to apply, they're going to fill some sort of form. So instead of like you filling this whole student form, we also have one more option. That is, what we can do is we can create a web form. Now this has already been added in the ERPNext, that is, we already have this particular as a web form. So what we will do is we'll create a new web form for any student. So what I'll do is, let's say I'll select one student, and let's select a program for which I want to enroll in. I want to enroll in this one, and I'll select the academic year, I'll select the academic term, and then we will add. Okay, now everything is like fetched by default. Let's save it. Okay, now information has been submitted, and let's close it. So we'll come here and we'll see that we have this new student who has applied through a web form. So this is how you can make a use of this web form of the student applicant. Now once you get this applicant, so what you can do is you can just submit this over here, and you can just change the status. So let's say I want to approve or I want to reject. So consider that I want to approve this particular applicant, so I'll just update it. Now once approved, you can also set the email notification for this particular student. So at this email address, a student will receive an email saying that congratulations, your application has been approved, and then you can also directly enroll them from a program over here. So let's click on enroll, and okay, now the student is automatically enrolled in the computer engineering program. And we can add further student category. So consider that student is a foreign national student, and then we'll select a batch. You see this courses has been automatically fetched. Like, this is the one good thing about ERPNext is it's very smart actually. Now next we have is a student batch. So student batch is a group of students who are taking a similar program. So obviously I'll select a computer engineering, and we'll also add we can also add a schoolhouse over here, and we have a transportation, like depending on how this particular student is traveling, and then we have a fees over here also. So let's just save this now and let's submit it. Alright, so now this particular student has been enrolled in this particular program, and you can see that she is also enrolled in 2 of the courses because of the courses that were present in the program. Okay, so this was all about it. Now we also have a student and guardian detail. Now this is quite self-explanatory, so I won't be going much into it. So now the student applicant was there. Now let's go to the student doc type. Actually, yeah, here we have the student doc type. So this student doc type is like a contact information, which will have all the information regarding the student. So we have student first name, last name, nationality, and all that can be added over here, and guardian detail, sibling detail, and all that will be added in the student doc type. All right, so let's go over here. So we completed this instructor, and then we also added few students, and then what we will do is we'll do a course scheduling. So course scheduling is basically for it is like a timetable, setting a timetable for the lecture. So what I'll do is first I'll create a new student group. So student group is what it includes is let's say you have a computer engineering program, okay, and within that program you have created a batch, and then from that batch, let's say you have a batch of 20 students. So for that similar group of 20 students, you can also create a student group further from that. So let's say you want to add 10 students in one group, 10 students in another group from the student batch, so you can do that also. So what I'll do is I'll create a student group based on batch, and then I have a program. I select computer engineering because right now one student is present in that particular group, and I'll just name it as CO1. And then you can also add a maximum strength. So let's say I add 10 over here, and if you want like a specific category students to belong to this group, then you can do that also, but right now I don't want any such thing. So let's just save, and then what we can do is we can get students automatically also. Let's go back to this student group, yes, and then what I'll do is click on get students, and it's saying no students found. Okay, why is it so? It is based on batch, alright, let's select a batch also. I have not even selected batch. Okay, now get students. Okay, why is it giving this? Academic year to okay, I got it. It is because of the academic year that has currently it is 2020 to 21. So because of that it is, and the student we have enrolled, particular student has been enrolled in 2021 to 2022. That's why it is not coming, otherwise it comes. Alright, so let's go to the course. Now we can select for which course do we want to schedule this course scheduling. So let's say for geography I want to do this, and I'll add an instructor, and I'll add a room. So schools and colleges have a study room, and then they have an exam classroom, they have laboratory classroom for practical, so you can select all that. So let's say I select a study classroom, and then you can also select a time from here. Timing, okay, now this is the timing, and then we'll add 16. So what we'll do is 17, that is 1 hour lecture, and then this is the course start date, that is 26, and course end date can be the same day. What is it? 26. And then for Monday, and schedule course. Course schedules were created. Okay, what is wrong? Let's go back and check if we have any course schedule created. Okay, let's go. So let's select a student group again. We'll do this. We'll select instructor again, and we will select course again. So let's select DBMS, and we'll select a room, that is study classroom, and let's save it. Okay, now the course schedule has been created. So obviously, actually what I was doing was I was using course scheduling tool instead of using this course schedule. So that's why I was getting that error, that message. Okay, so now once the course has been scheduled, so the lecture has been taken and topic has been taught and all of that has been done. So apart from that, we also have an LMS over here. Now before going into that, first let's have a look into this assessment plan. So assessment plan is you create when you want to judge a student based on certain criteria. So what I'll do is I'll create a, you can see that we have student group over here and an assessment group, and then we also have a grading scale over here. So let's go to any one grading scale that I have created. Okay, let's go to this one, standard grading scale. So in grading scale, we actually have the grades, like let's say if a person scores 90% and above, so which grade they should be getting. This is a very simple explanation about it. So you see 90% A, 100% A plus, 80% and more B plus, and this is the grade description. So let's go back, and this is for the assessment plan. We will select the student group for which we are creating the assessment plan, and then the course, like each course might have a different assessment plan, like let's say DBMS, and then we have a structured programming approach. So in DBMS, let's say you don't have a practical exam, but for structured programming approach you do have a practical exam. So for that you can create a different assessment plan for each of that, and then over here you add the maximum assessment score. So consider that if you keep a maximum assessment score as 150, so what you'll have to do is you'll just have to divide it properly, that is 100 for writing and 50 for oral exam. Now this is how it is. So I hope you are clear with this assessment plan and all that. So once the assessment plan is created, what we will do is we'll simply create an assessment result, and for each student we will create an assessment result. Let's say I will select an assessment plan and then I'll select a student, and after selecting a student I will automatically get their name fetched over here, and then what I'll do is I'll just add their score. So also after selecting the assessment plan, what I'll get is all the assessment criteria is automatically fetched over here. Like I said, ERPNext is very smart, so that's why. Alright, so this was about the assessment result. Now let's go, yeah, so this is assessment criteria we'll set, and then we'll create assessment plan, and after that we will create an assessment result. Alright, now next I was going to explain was about the LMS, that is the learning management system. It is a really important and very helpful thing, I would say, on portal. So let's go. So for LMS we have three things. One is we have article, and we have a video, and then we have a quiz. So what I'll do is I'll go to this and then you type LMS, that is you go to the domain name and then you type /LMS. Okay, now why is it showing this to me? Alright, okay, just one second. Okay, so there's some issue with LMS, it's not working right now, but I do have a whole separate video about a learning management system which I will be linking down below. And so what I wanted to say is that LMS is basically a portal for online quiz, for online article, as well as a video. So for each course, for each topic, we will have each topic will have a video as well as a quiz, and then this using this quiz we can also like judge the student based on their performance. So let's go to the list. Here we can see that we have this one quiz that we have created. So this is the question you add, and then you add this particular question, and then further let's go into this question. So we can see that it's a multiple choice type. So here we can add different options and we can add which one is correct. So if a student answers wrong answer, he's not getting marks obviously. So this is the quiz part, and then let's see the next one. Next we have is the article. So article is just a blog, you can say, a written description about it. So here we have the social study, and it is a basic explanation about the social study. And then we have is video. So videos are, so what you can do is you can just link YouTube videos So you can see that I have created this. You can add a provider, and then you have Vimeo and YouTube, but YouTube is more appropriate over here. And you'll just add a URL and then add a description about the module, and simply that's it. This whole URL that will be in the embedded form, so students can directly watch videos from that particular portal. So I hope everything is clear to you about the whole education module, and thank you so much for watching. And if you have any doubt, do leave them in the comment box below.